Well, hello everybody, and we're today gonna be getting Nikita Chloe out of this tight parking space here and driving her off down to TroubleWorld. We don't have to be there any particular time, so we just relax, taking our time. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, so we're just getting prepared inside. And what I'm going to do is just film this whole thing, because I think the space is really tight.
Yes, it is.
Isn't it? Wendy's going to do her bit by standing at the back and sort of shouting, "You've hit that."
Don't run me over again.
Again? I've never run you over.
So we're going to do this, and it's not raining, so
No,
you know.
It's not raining. It's cloudy, but bit of blue, bright sky in the distance there.
I'm so excited, and yet I'm dreading going back to TroubleWorld. It doesn't hold any.
Me
It
too.
did hold some happy memories, but they were short-lived.
Yeah.
But Jasmine holds many happy memories. We won't see her today anyway, so.
No.
Right. Anyway, we're going to get on. Yeah.
Can I just say thanks to Gavin suggesting that I should be put forward for some hair conditioning adverts. So if any marketing execs out there want to promote conditioner for long-haired ginger men, I'm your man, right? I'm good on camera, look. So you never know. My fees are quite reasonable, actually. Yeah. So anyway, let's get on with the move.
Let's get on.
Well, that was easier than expected so far. Let's try and get it out of the gate. So before we get on the road, I want to empty the waste tanks so that we're not tracking a load. I think they were half full, so we're not tracking like 45 litres of waste water around with us. But campsite's pretty full today, but look at this. Some of our guests have parked right in the motorhome service point. So I'm going to try and squeeze the van through this gap onto the grid there that you can see, and see if I can get it emptied. So, it wasn't too much of a tight squeeze. We managed to get it in. There's a van over that side parking in the late night arrival bay. There's a couple of cars there, but you can see there's space there, and the wastewater's going down the drain quite nicely. So let's get on the road. So we've made it out of the caravan site, and I think we did all right actually. Only 2 little turns. We managed to empty the wastewater and reverse out of there all right. So we got on our way, and you know, it being a bigger vehicle with a much bigger engine, the fuel consumption meter when it arrived at us read 11 miles to the gallon on average, which was a bit shocking. But I've reset all the counters, and on this trip so far, and I think we've done about maybe 5 miles, we're averaging 27 to the gallon, which is pretty similar to what we would have done in Jasmine. Now this engine is a 3 litre 180 brake horsepower, and Jasmine is a 2.3 litre 130 brake horsepower. So you know, it's a much heavier vehicle, so I sort of expect to get, I think the research I've done online tells me that I'll get over time maybe about 22 to the gallon, whereas we used to get, I suppose, an average of about 30 in Jasmine. So it's going to cost us a bit more in fuel, but I think the compromise on that is so much worth the extra. So I don't know. What about you, Wen? Do you feel I feel higher up? Do you?
Yeah, it's a much higher seating area, and it's just as comfortable. In fact, the dashboard is just the same, but I don't know, I think it might be a little bit of a smoother ride, especially when we brake, and I can tell when we were going up the hills and that, it's a lot more powerful than Jasmine was.
I think it is a smoother ride.
It's open all year.
So we've arrived safely at TroubleWorld in Telford, and true to form, TroubleWorld have locked their compound gate with a padlock and a combination padlock. So they haven't told us how to get in. Last time we stayed in this place, we were not given a code to get in, but the gates were left open for us. So I don't know what the hell's happening now, but I've just spotted another Heimer just driving up, and if they are going to stay in that compound, we're going to be with them too. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go and check to see if that's another compound guest, and we'll go and have a. Well, we'll be able to stay in the compound. Otherwise, we're going to check into a local camping and caravan club site. Anyway, more added to the story of annoyance. Well, we managed to get into the TroubleWorld compound. Luckily, a couple came along in another Heimer van, and they've got, well, they can't switch their engine off properly, otherwise it won't start. So they were going on about that, but they knew the code for the padlock. Apparently it changes every 6 months or something, and well, we didn't even know the code in the first place. So anyway, so we sort of negotiated with them to allow us to come in as well. No reason why they shouldn't. So they did, and it's fine. We parked a bit down the compound from them, plugged into the nearest hookup point. Didn't work. We thought, oh god, the electrics have gone funny or whatever. Tried a different, there were 2 hookup points in the pod, so I tried the other one. No good. So I had to get another electrical hookup lead, because we're parked up and we're settled. Luckily I had 2 hookup leads with me to stretch right down almost to the other end of the compound to plug into there, and luckily they've left that one switched on. So having gone round and checked everything on the van was working, you know, not plugged into the electric. Thought there was something wrong. It's all fixed. But do you know what? It reminds me of something that my boss said to me. Well, he was an overseer in the print department that I was working at when I was about 17. And he said to me, do you know, Steve, the secret to producing a good job is care at every stage. So what I think about TroubleWorld, and maybe they can take away this feeling tomorrow by taking care at every stage, because they haven't done so far. They really don't care at every stage so far. They really don't care about us, even though we've spent now £80,000 with them. They just don't care about us. You know, they're not thinking about the things that will affect us. Really bad service, really bad service. And I'm not one to complain much, you know, but this is so bad. I'm hoping that, you know, when we get Nikita Chloe back on Tuesday morning, that it will be completely right. And if anyone from TroubleWorld is watching this, please care at every stage.